Anyway, what's up, nerds? Welcome back to Freaks and Greeks, episode number 7. Sorry for the late start time again. Life happens. It's my fault. I'm sorry. So, last time our heroes journeyed across the Aegean Sea. Aegean Sea.
It's your world.
It's my world. I call it my world. Anyway, and they got caught up in a white squall and got blown off course and ended up on the island of Cece, a island sorceress who seems to be there by choice, and who experiments with undead chimera, because why not? Helped them out, was surprisingly nice, and helped them with their ship, gave them some fun items, and yeah, I think that's it.
I believe so.
Cool.
Yeah, I agree.
All right, so we have our party heading back from Cece's dwelling on the island to get back to the ship. Thanks to Pyrus's handyman help before with the carpentry and the collective work of the crew, the ship should be ready to set sail once again the following day, as opposed to another 2 days, which it would have taken normally. You guys, is there anything you want to do before you take your long rest at the ship?
No, I think I'm good.
Yeah.
Wonderful. So as you guys settle in for your long rest, night passes, and as the sun starts to rise and the sun chariot starts to make its way across the sky, we see back in that little pocket dimension of the Three Sisters, which we all know so well at this point.
Never met him, actually.
Never met him, actually. Characters don't actually know what's happening. But as the sun starts to rise, in that space, just as before, it looked as if the night sky was a piece of fabric on a dome that got lifted off. That same material, I guess, now descends back into that space. And those constellations and stuff refill the space beyond the ether, as the sun rises the next day. So you guys wake up, you have all gotten a long rest. You can have, rations, meager breakfast. Everybody's ready to set sail pretty much right away. You'll notice when you wake up and head outside this day, it's still surprisingly chilly for the time of year that it is. There's just a little, edge to the air that normally would be. It might just be, changing the seasons. It might be that time where it's cold first thing in the morning, but later in the day, the sun heats the world up and it gets fine again. Who's to say? But you notice that little chip. And you start to make your way back once more onto the ocean, or onto the sea, to get yourself to Lemnos. Everybody make either an insight or a nature check as you nature check.
18 nature.
19 insight.
12.
Cool. Zach, so as you're hanging out on the deck of the ship,
Yeah.
you peer over the side, as you are not one who gets sick, looking out, and you see hippocampi swimming and splashing in the waves beneath you and kind of like dolphin-like arcing.
Oh, that's nice.
And with your 18 nature check, you notice, based on being someone of the wildlife and having that kind of intuition, you notice that their swimming patterns suggest that they are migrating.
Oh, is that unusual for this time of year?
Are you asking somebody?
You, the dungeon master. I'm doing it in my character voice, so I see why that's confusing.
Yeah.
Is that unusual? Do I know if that's usual or not for this time of year?
You'll know it's a little early in the season.
Oh, is it
for them to be starting?
Okay. Does that seem commiserate with the nippy air?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey boys, it looks like the seasons are turning. Oh wow, we really got to the point where we're talking about weather. Yeah, it's been a long trip, ain't it? Yeah, but yeah, the season seems to be turning a bit early. It's a little cold, the sort of hippocampi. I named one pistachio. It's a nut I made up.
Alright. And with your 19 insight,
Yeah.
as he's kind of looking over and down at the waves, you're looking more kind of warily to the sky after last time, just kind of keeping an eye for any signs. And you'll notice nothing quite as extreme as last time, but every now and then you'll see glimpses of like either like cloud nymphs or wind spirits or stuff like that, kind of like flitting above and like traveling crisscross overhead. You'll, with the 19 insight, I'll say that you can tell that a lot of them seem to be flitting northward.
Okay. Interesting.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I will let you guys know that, there's a bunch of things, and they're all going north.
In the hippocampi going north?
The hippocampi are going south.
Whoa.
So all the wind spirits and things seem to be going north. I don't know what that means.
Well, what if all the Zeus spirits is going north and all the Poseidon spirits is going south?
I'm sorry, did you mention which direction? Are we following the nymphs or are we following the hippocampi? Like, which direction are we actually?
You guys are heading... Let me
I think
pull my map.
we're heading east.
You guys... Let me find my map.
If my memory serves.
Because we just left the island, so like.
Yeah,
well,
you
what
guys
direction are we
had
sailing
left
in?
Athens. You got blown a course. So you guys are heading northeast.
Okay.
So you're going kind of up and still out further into the sea. So you're kind of going along with them, but they seem to be heading a little more northwest from where you guys are.
Okay. Are there any like basically is Mount Olympus in that direction?
Yes. It's hard to tell because you're at sea.
General direction. I'm not asking.
Yes, you'll know that Mount Olympus is in that general direction of the country.
Okay, cool. That was it.
Okay,
I'm not trying to like guess their destination. I'm
Okay.
just like I'm trying to think of like big landmarks that would make sense to Zaxos that they might
Fair.
be going to more inland.
Yeah, so
Mount
it's
Olympus
kind
is
of
like-
like you guys are going like this, and they're kind of going like this.
Oh, right. Excellent. All right. Well, yeah, that's we should keep an eye out on that. That's a bit weird. Right.
I mean, I guess that's probably good for the sales, though, that they're going kind of in the same.
Yeah, you guys are like you guys are making time.
Yeah.
Other than that, nothing too drastic happens on your voyage. What's that?
Nothing.
Oh, okay. It looked like you were gonna hand me something.
No. I forgot a D20, so I'm testing out a new one
Oh,
that I found over there. It's a 15, so
hey, not
who's
bad.
to say?
Who's to say? So, and after a while, you'll hear a land ho because everybody's a pirate, and
Yep, we established that.
we established.
Yo!
Yar. And you guys get in close enough to where, the ship itself won't hit the ocean bed or the seabed. And they will lower down, a rowboat that will escort you guys onto shore.
Sweet.
Where you guys land on Lemnos, you don't land precisely in their main port city, fishing town kind of area. You land a little bit south of that, a little more sandy beaches, that kind of area. And as you approach on this rowboat, Zaxos, you're looking at it, and some pulls at your memory, and it's like, the shore looks awfully familiar.
Can I make a history check to see? Actually, no. I think I've only left Delphi once in my life, so if this looks kind of familiar, I would know why.
Yeah.
Right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I'm like, oh, fuck, I've been here! Oh, it's been a while. I kind of forgot. But yeah, this from that side of the beach, you see right there, where the tree is, and it makes a little T, and one over there where there's that different tree.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, that bit. I remember that.
Great.
So if you guys got any questions about that bit, I'm your man.
Zaxo's knowing of this bit from his adventures on the Argo.
Yeah. I watched the boat, so I didn't go in. I just stayed on the shore.
Poor Zaxos never actually went on the big adventures. He mainly just manned the rowboat.
That's actually all right with me. That's more my speed.
But yeah, Hector will go in the ship in the boat with you to help get you guys settled. When you get to shore, he'll be like, "All right, well, the town of what's it called? Marina is probably about a 15-20 minute walk upwards along the coast. Nice port town, good trading, craftsmen. A lot of their farmlands and all that are further inland.
Right, well...
Is there anything else I could help you with before I let you go?"
I think you've been a right good lad. So thanks for that.
You're welcome.
Right good.
Right back at you.
Yeah, so thanks, Captain.
Aye, Captain.
If you ever need any help and you're in the Delphi area and we don't die, look me up.
Will do.
All right.
Is your handshake?
Hearty handshake.
Hearty handshake. Hops back into the rowboat with his man, and they row back.
All right.
To the ship to continue on whatever their next stops are. As soon as you step onto the beaches and get a few steps inland, Zaxos, your pocket burns.
Oh, guys, I got another mum letter. Oh, it's on fire. Actually, since I got to do the last one, you want to play?
Play with fire!
Just
hold the flame kind of up to the ink, and then you'll see it hopefully gradually disappear without burning the page. Da-da-da.
Dun, 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 dun.
Da-na-na-na-na.
Dun, 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 dun.
Oh. What could it be?
I was about to ask if that was a fork.
No.
Because it sounded like metal.
That black notebook, Sean or Celine, see it right there, sitting on top. That one.
Yeah, can you pass that to me?
Yep.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Alright.
Here you are.
All right. Cast off the mount by ties of blood.
Gross.
Excuse me. Revered by mortals for his skillful hand. Inside the earth's molten wells, find the blacksmith's smoke-filled lands. Oh, the mount by ties of blood. Oh, I think it sounds like it's about Hephaestus, right? Revered by mortals for skillful hands, molten walls.
Everybody make a history or a religion check.
Nat 20.
Wow.
Hell yeah!
Yeah, Pyrus.
That's a 14.
It's a 7.
Okay, so Pyrus coming in with the knowledge.
He pulled this one straight out of his ass. It's the only thing he ever remembered.
Part of like the somewhat established lore and mythos of the gods that are pretty common knowledge amongst all the different city-states at this point. Not like Arachne, which was a little more localized.
Mm-hmm.
You know that one of the stories about Hephaestus is that he came out so kind of like deformed and gross that Hera was like, nope! Nope!
Hard no.
Hard nope! Not allowed, and basically kicked him off Mount Olympus to the earth. And it is said that he landed on an island where he injured his legs, and the natives there helped care for him and, get him back. And so that's where he first established his forge. Was on that island that he landed on.
That's a fuck kick.
Yeah. So, you know that about Hephaestus.
Oh, shit. So I'm going to tell you something, Pyrus, and I hope you don't get mad at me. So a couple of days ago, when we was on land, I totally forgot about this. This is really. I have this thing where my brain just like goes woo.
Same.
I heard a rumor about Sparta, and they were saying that like, someone was deserted and they got hurt. Right, that's what I heard.
Let's run it.
It was something like that.
You remember overhearing a conversation between two gentlemen talking about how Sparta had once again declared war on the Helots.
Oh yeah.
Which usually only happens during a certain time of the year. But they've been hearing rumors that it's been happening more often, and they were like, well, of course they would be doing that if the Helots ever had an uprising. They way outnumber them, so they're trying to keep their numbers down. And just kind of talking about like the brutality of Spartan life.
Cool.
And the last line was, "Will Greece never know harmony?"
So that might have something to do with what we're doing. I'm sorry I didn't tell you earlier. It was legitimately, I made a mental note and I was like, I gotta tell Pyrus this, and then by the time I saw you, something else had died, and it just slipped right out of my brain. Sorry, so what were you saying about gods?
No. What I was saying is, after Hephaestus, he fell and he injured his legs, and he established a forge on an island where he landed. But to your point, this is a thing that happens every year. And as you've mentioned on the boat, the seasons are changing. As it is, it seems as though it's becoming fall. And this is kind of the time around in which my family and other Helots kind of seek refuge or flee while the Spartans come down. So
Okay, so your family's probably all right.
I haven't spoken to them in quite some time. I'd have to send word home.
Okay. All right. Well, yeah, maybe we try to do that. So Hephaestus, right? Maybe we could get you a nice pair of breeches or something.
Well, first things first. If we're headed for Marina, I'm gonna speak to someone and see if I can hear news of Sparta.
Okay.
And then we can figure out where to go from there.
Yeah.
So we should get the stuff we got from the sheep.
Yes.
That we just got that could be turned into magic stuff.
Yeah, we should
definitely
get that
Cece-
magic.
We should probably
Cece
tie it to
rewarded
a-
you with help
Yeah,
with
we
Star Wool.
Star Wolf.
We
Yeah,
should do that by people who are good at crafting.
Let's do that. All right. So according to, we might have to go inside a volcano.
I don't need like the best forge. Like just one who can. Maybe you don't need that one. Maybe you just need like that one over there.
Yeah. For the wool, yeah.
Yes, right.
But like for the prophecy, I think we need that one.
Right, but I think that will stop one.
All right, let's
I'm
go.
gonna go over to the forge master. I'm gonna say, "Excuse me, sir. Do you know what to do with this?"
Well, you're still on a beach.
Yeah.
Have you guys been chatting as you're walking to town? So you guys make your way to the town, and it's what you would imagine when you think of like a Greek kind of like beach coastal area. Not as like fancy as like what's that one? Rhodes, I think, is the one where it's like you see a lot of like white buildings with the blue tops. It's not quite that fancy. It's a little more like Fishertown. But yeah, you'll see as you're walking through, there are it's a hustling, bustling area down kind of in like the market area where you guys will find yourselves.
The Athena Parthenos.
Oh, is that the one?
Statue.
There you go.
2 weeks. I've been trying to come up with that.
But yeah, you'll see there are a lot of stands offering, let me see, there's a lot of food stands, there's like cheeses, a lot of yogurts, like they have like a lot of yogurt places, a lot of parfaits. They got a lot of like melons, like different types of melons, there's watermelon, cantaloupes, honeydew, I don't know what else grows in Greece. I know that watermelons are on Lemnos, so I'm just going with that. So...
I'll get 2.
You notice there's also some wine stands, but in like Athens and like places like that, it's usually like this like fancy man like Vinta who's like, "Whoo, sample my wares." And like here, it seems their wine is being treated equivalently to like kind of bad beer.
All right, yeah.
So like they have it. It's not great from what it looks like.
I'm gonna have some kind of like feta meat vegetable wrap thing,
Cool.
and then some bad wine.
Yeah, it's not great.
Yeah, it's not.
It's
great.
like that like $9 bottle you would buy from like Walmart.
I thought you said it wasn't great because I love those.
Do you really?
It's mostly sugar.
Okay, that. But if it was like a dry wine.
Oh, now it's done. I hate it now.
But yeah, and you see various like crafts areas and workplaces. There are a few different blacksmiths working. Everybody make a perception check.
Natural one.
I want to say 14, but I'm pulling it up here.
19.
Okay. Zaxos, you're just in the food.
I don't know how you get
You're kind of specifically keeping an eye out for people who can work this fleece that you have.
Mm-hmm.
So you don't really pick up on it either. But Pyrus, as you're looking around being from somewhere that is, well, yes, the women in your society were also trained and part of the community and like did have important roles. It was more of a kind of male-dominated society. Here, as you're looking around, you see there's a lot of older women. Like...
This is where we find out that Pyrus is a granny chaser.
Middle-aged to older. There seems to be a good amount of young adults that are all that are varying as far as like male, female, or neither. Who knows? It's my grace. So, and some little kids going around, but a lot in the older generation, it's you don't really see a man above the age of like 22.
Uh-oh.
Wait.
So I'm the oldest man in sight?
Yes.
It's almost like they tried to put yogurt in the wine. You know, like it doesn't look like that. It's definitely a red, but like it almost has that tang of yogurt.
Oh,
I don't even know how they did it.
That's gross.
Anyone notice that you're kind of the oldest person in this town?
What the fuck? Why would you?
Other than the women.
Other than the women, which, I mean, you seem to enjoy many of, but...
And it seems like a lot of, like, the established craft peoples and, like, sellers and vendors are of that older women kind of generation.
Do you think I should shave to try and, like, look younger? I don't know. I just got nervous. Now I feel like everyone's looking at me and they're seeing how old I am. I'm like, I could try to sound young. No, it didn't work. All
So
right.
is Zaxos? Does he like pointy ears?
No.
Okay.
Just a little pallid.
Okay.
Real big bags under his eyes.
Okay. I wasn't sure how Shatterkai.
No Shatterkai at all.
Okay.
Just undead.
Blooming.
Just a little undead.
Gotcha.
Do you like look
Kinda
off
Wednesday
from a
Addams-esque.
distance? Like if someone
Always
was
on the
staring
brink
at
of
you, do
death.
you look different, or do you just look like an old? Like how would you just like? I don't think we've ever described like.
I would say I look like a guy who doesn't get out much and who's had a bad night's sleep perpetually. Just like a little pale, bags under his eyes.
Who was also middle-aged.
Yeah.
Like, you're what, in your 40s?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I think I'm early 40s.
Yeah.
I'm like 41, 42.
Just try because I'm like, is this like, trying to figure out like, was it elf? Was it just human that is?
No, we're just taking the elf stats.
Yeah, that's fine.
And
I just
making them demigod.
Yeah, no, that's fine because I was just like, because he could be 200.
Yeah. No.
And then he's way older than everybody. Okay.
So yeah, all of that older women kind of generation look to be like in their 50s, somewhere in there.
All right.
But yeah, so that is what you guys observed rolling up into town.
All right, I'm gonna dip like behind a corner or something, somewhere where no one can see me.
Okay.
And then I'm gonna cast Disguise Self
Okay.
to make me look like basically just like an 18-year-old version of myself.
Okay.
Just so, because, yeah. Sean's like, what do they do to old men? Do they just kill all the old men? I'm not willing to risk this. I just look like a younger version of myself. And then I like pop back with them. It's like, do a little freshen up.
Sure.
Yeah, let's that's weird.
How long does
Right.
that last?
About an hour.
Well, hopefully we're here less than that.
Well,
I mean, if it's even anything
I-
to worry about. Who knows?
honestly,
Maybe
yeah,
they
that's-
treat old people as like kings, and
That's
you missed
it.
out.
Yeah, you're right.
Maybe they're in a nice
Well,
retirement
okay,
home
yeah.
at a beach somewhere.
This is a precaution until we find out we're having all the old blokes, and then I can let it go and keep it going louder, whichever one works better for me in the long run. But yeah. Let's try and find someone to work this year sheep's wool.
Yeah.
So like a
Tailor?
weaver or oi,
A lumist.
a lumineer.
Yeah, after walking around for a bit, if you like want to ask somebody or even just wandering, it's a pretty small place. So you're able to find someone, like kind of think like the Ren Fair where they have like the open
Mm-hmm.
kind of workshop areas
Yeah.
with the roof over. And sitting in there seems to be like a kind of a collection of women who are sitting, and you see them brushing out raw wool. And you see some of them spinning and turning it into thread.
All right. Do you want to take this one? Or...
You can do it.
Oh, okay. Hello, ladies.
They all like, it's like, you're new.
Yeah, me and me mates just arrived in town. So, real quick, so you guys got a reputation for doing like cool stuff with magic stuff?
Their hands don't stop moving.
Yeah.
Oh, well, one of them, will come up to you again, like kind of an older, one of the older women, be like, yeah, Lemnos is full of crafters. We believe ourselves blessed and beloved by Hephaestus, so we're kind of a community of, crafts workers. And a lot of our wares we trade and go back and forth. We do have some that are known to make magic items.
Oh, right.
Every now and then, yeah.
So you've worked with magical materials in this town?
Well, yes, in the kind of, yeah.
All right. Well, if let's say if I needed a weaver to make something out of magic wool.
What kind of magic wool are
Star wool, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, star wool.
Star wool.
Would you mind if I took a look at the material?
Yeah, sure. Zax also give
give her his bundle and
my
stuff like
bundle,
that.
yeah.
And she'll be like, oh, I haven't seen one like this in eons.
Oh, please, you couldn't be that old.
You. Unfortunately, no one in town will be able to work with this. This is a very unique magical substance.
Yeah, we got it from a unique magical bird.
Oh.
Bird being slang for lady. not
Oh, I
an
thought you
actual
meant an actual bird that had wool.
I
and
noticed how
was-
confusing that was in the moment.
Yeah. But yeah, there is someone on the island who is known to work with celestial magics.
Oh.
Her name is, and then she'll like go over to one of the other people and like whisper as I look up the name. Whisper. And
Look behind the DM screen.
right.
Ain't that something?
And you will. Where is it? There it is. Yeah, she'll tell you. Yeah, there's a woman who lives a little ways outside of town. Kind of keeps to herself, but comes in every now and then to trade and work with materials. Her name is Astria.
Astria.
Yeah. She should be able to help.
Oh, thank you so much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
Right. Now, I think is that it, guys? Or Really, this is going to sound a little weird. So my dead mom gave me a book that keeps on turning out new messages. And
Okay.
I got one today. It says to look inside. Basically, is there an active volcano around here somewhere?
There's 2.
Oh, fuck. Either of them, you think might be one of Hephaestus's forges? Is that like a local legend or something?
Honestly, kind of either.
Alright. Thanks, man. You guys and your sisters, there are 3 of you. 3 weavers.
I mean, like, there are, like, other people moving about in here as well.
That's nice. It's nice that you and your friends have a business together.
It is nice.
Yeah.
It takes a lot of the burden off of just one of us.
Wow, that makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that with me being on an adventure.
Yeah.
My mates take some of the load.
And while Zaxos is conversing with these women and you guys are standing off probably kind of awkwardly, just waiting for this to wrap it up.
Yep.
Lycus, you feel a little tug on your shirt, and you see, as you look, there's a smaller kid.
Okay.
Looking up at you, probably like 8 around.
Oh, brother.
He's got curly, sandy hair, tanned and freckled, as this is a very kind of sun-bleached island. White toga on, and he looks at you like a short one, not like a long toga. And
well, is toga the general vibe of everybody here wearing togas, or is this kid like very clearly a standout?
Little column A.
Okay.
So the general wear are basically like basic linen kind of outfits. Some are a little toga-like or have like the same silhouette of like those kind of Grecian dresses on the women. Kids are in like basic, for kids it's kind of common. What is a little uncommon is you see in kind of woven into his hair around his ears are feathers.
Okay.
And he kind of like hushedly leans in towards you and is like, excuse me.
Yeah.
Are you the king of thieves?
Yes, I am.
And his eyes get real big,
Yeah.
and he reaches into his pocket.
Uh-huh.
And he's like, I'm supposed to give this to you.
Boy.
Imagine that seal has the, I don't know how to actually say it, but the Hermes staff with the 2 snakes. The what?
Caduceus?
Caduceus, yes.
Yeah.
So that's what's in the wax seal.
Okay.
Not the Celtic knot that is there currently, because that's the only wax seal I have.
We are miles away.
Different island.
Yeah, totally different island.
Different island. But you get that.
Okay.
While he is dealing with that, you can choose to read it out loud or not. That's up to you.
I'm going to read it first.
He's talking to the women. Pyrus, did you want to ask around about?
Yeah, so I'm going to go seek out, I guess, are there any local military or infantry kind of walking through the streets?
You don't see any, like, formalized kind of military or guard around. You will see some of the older women and some of the younger ones, too, are a little more, like, kind of buffed up and, like, have, like, simple, like, leather armors on and, like, are carrying weapons, though, kind of moving throughout town as well.
Are there any, I guess, would there be some kind of herald?
Yeah, if you wander your way kind of through, there's in the middle of kind of like this like market area, what you would call the square, there is kind of like a notice board. So assumingly like someone is bringing in outside message or outside news and either posting it here or giving it to the people who need it. So around that board, you can see in front of it there is a one of the younger, like probably like 19-year-old boys is kind of hanging around that wall, and it seems to be like stationed there.
Before approaching him, looking at the wall, do I see anything that speaks of Sparta, like posted?
Make an investigation.
Oof. Oof. That is a 7.
Nothing immediately jumps out to you.
All right. So I'm going to immediately turn to the boy, kind of man in the wall, and I'm going to say, "Excuse me, boy."
Yes.
Looking at the wall, I do not see any news of the raids on Sparta. Given it is fall, has any word or any bills posted come through, dictating anything changing, anything new, anything?
From Sparta. Let me think. Nothing too much. I mean, we don't hear too much about the goings on within Sparta itself. We're kind of out of the way for that. But if I do remember, there was a couple days ago. One second, he stands up and is kind of like looking and like peeling back a couple of like layers of notes, and he's like, "This did come through." That's the last we've heard from Sparta.
Okay. I'm going to say thank you.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to take this. I'm going to walk away.
And he just kind of, okay, because again, it was kind of buried under it, so you get this, make an insight.
Didn't go in the box.
It's on the box.
9 didn't make a difference.
Straight 9?
Yeah.
You think that you're kind of on edge. You're an older guy. Not like old. You're around the same age as a lot of people here, but you do have a different, distinct look from them. And you are a new face in town, so you are on edge a bit. As you walk away with this flyer, which seems to be the only one of its kind on the wall, the kid himself doesn't seem too upset about you taking it.
Okay. And for those who don't see, this is a wanted poster for me with my name on it. So I've just taken it and left. I haven't said anything to him.
Dope.
And again, it's up
Love that
to
move.
Pyrus if he wants to disclose any of this to his companions, if he wants to keep this to himself. Totally up to you. Quickly jumping back over.
Agreed.
He gives a smile and a nod, and you see him disappear back into the crowd.
So, ladies, I noticed that there's not a lot of old blokes around here. Is this a sensitive subject before I ask about it?
I mean, it's not for us. We don't tell a lot of people because it seems to upset people, but like we're fine about it.
You know what? This has been a lovely chat.
Oh, so okay. Bye.
Bye! And then I turn around and try and find these guys again.
He's
That
there.
right there, hi.
He's right there.
He hasn't. I've come back, I guess, by now.
All right.
Yeah. It's not a huge area.
Yeah. So yeah, I guess we could go find Astrid.
Astria.
Astria. We could go find Astria, and I think we should do that soon, please.
Yeah, let's do it right now.
All right, let's go. Okay, so I mentioned like, hey, where'd all the old blokes go? And she was just like, oh, we're fine with it. And then I was like, I don't want to know anymore. I just want to get out of here because they might kill all the old blokes.
But as you guys start making your way into the general direction that she just that they would have directed you to find Astria, Zaxos, make me one more insight or perception.
13.
As you're walking out, you kind of double take as you pass one of the like kind of young, like 17, 18-year-old boy.
Mm-hmm.
Like someone in that kind of age group. And you have to do a double take because for a second you feel like you recognize him.
No, that can't be. I don't know anyone that young. Hey, excuse me.
Oh, yeah, hi.
Yeah, this is a weird question. Do you have a dad or something? Who,
I mean, I assume I do. I've never met him. I was told he was a great hero, though.
Oh! Alright. Did he have a name?
Nope. Turns out he didn't.
Turns out, nope. Actually,
Everyone was
turns
just
out,
like, hey,
Mom doesn't really like to talk about it. I think I remember her saying, I think, Odysseus, maybe? Was the name?
Oh, fuck.
Again, she doesn't talk about it a lot.
Yeah, I actually know that guy.
Oh, no way!
Yeah.
You know my dad?
I do. If I see him, I'll tell him you're looking for him, if you like.
I mean, just if he wants to come by, that'd be cool.
Cool. Last I heard, he's been missing for 20 years.
Oh.
Oh, wait, no. Do I know him?
You could say that like, if that was the last thing you heard. At this point,
You should have asked.
your time on the Argo, for a lot of the heroes that you were companioning with, that was kind of like their frat boy excursion.
Okay.
That was like, for a lot of them. Not all
Yeah.
of them. Some of them had their main stories, like Heracles was in the middle of his when he was on the Argo. But a lot of them, like, this was like their early, like, pump up. So, like, you might have heard, like, whispers about them as you were going. Like, you heard Odysseus became the king of Ithaca.
Okay.
You might have heard that he, was on a sea voyage
Okay.
at
Cool.
some point.
Cool. Yeah. Wow. Such a small world. Good luck. What's your name, kid?
Alex.
All right, Alex. Well, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
We'll see you out there.
What's your name?
Oh, call me Glum.
Ah.
Yeah.
Well, Glum. Small world.
Yeah.
That's
This is awkward now,
yeah.
isn't it? I just
See
thought.
you around,
Yeah.
I guess. Maybe not.
Goodbye.
Bye.
And I walk away. Well, that was weird, wasn't it, Oberon? Cool. Sorry, for a second there, I thought I might have had a son. I got real nervous.
all right.
And with that, you guys make your way out of Marina. So, you guys take a road. As you move away from the coast, the land starts to get a little more like hilly, kind of like sand dune-y. Keep bark bed, excuse me. So, and like little tufts of like dried plants are around. It starts to get a little rockier as you move away from the beaches. You move on a path. You're heading north and a little bit inland. And after probably maybe a 20-minute walk outside of town on the north side, you come up and you'll see kind of nestled between a couple of bigger boulders, a kind of small like hut, like cottage.
Cool.
Sitting. It looks like someone's made an attempt at like an herb garden out. Again, it's very dry and stuff like that, so it's a lot of the plants that would kind of grow in that climate.
How's the garden doing?
It's okay. Again, as the day has progressed, you notice that kind of chill in the air hasn't quite left. So they're a little frosty.
Okay.
Not like frost, like they don't have frost on them.
Yeah,
but
I getcha.
Yeah.
Cool.
Imagine I'm playing after a cold snap.
All right. Well, that's too bad.
Yeah.
Is there any kind of wood that I could knock on?
Yeah, there's a door.
All right.
As you get closer and go up to the door to do that, coming from the opposite side of the door, and a little further away, you hear clanging of someone hitting, assuming metals together.
This is a good sign.
And as you hear that stop, you hear some feet shuffle up, and opening the door, and standing in front of you is a pretty imposing looking woman. Very kind of beefy. She's not necessarily like super tall.
Okay.
probably like maybe like 5'8", 5'9", somewhere in there. But she is like built. Like her arms are massive. Dark hair, kind of sweaty. She's got soot on her. Her hair is kind of like swept up and like a messy bobble on her head. And she'd be like, "What can I help you?"
Oh,
I don't get a lot of people coming to my hut.
listen, I get it. I'll make this quick. I'm Glam. These are my mates. Like us. Did you tell us that you're unwanted? No. And Pyrus. We was on an island the other day, and we got some Star Wars from Space Sheeps, and some lady in town said you might be able to help us with some crafting.
She turns around and she takes like a cloth to start like cleaning off her hands and stuff like that, and she kind of gestures and says, "Come on."
All right, and I'm real quick. I'd like to say sorry for the imposition. I also like to live outside of town and be left to my own devices, and that got shattered pretty hard lately. So I kind of know what you're going through.
Right. I appreciate that. It's more so I don't recognize you from the island.
Oh no,
We don't.
We're on an adventure.
Oh. All right. I mean, not that visitors are necessarily out of place here.
Yeah.
We trade a lot, but
cool.
not many come inland.
What?
So-
Why?
I don't know.
Why did you say it like that?
Well, super far inland are the Cyclopes nomads. So
Yeah. We're not.
You know.
Oh fuck. They are also good blacksmiths. Revered by mortals for their skill. No. Cast off mountain by ties of blood. That's still at Festus. We're on the right track.
Anyway.
So you're here looking for Festus?
No, but kind of. Sheep wool was really.
That was the start.
was
We'll
number
start
one.
there.
I got a dead mom. She was an oracle. She got me a book the other day. And then I've been getting a lot of messages from her from beyond the grave. And I got this one this morning. And it says that we got to find Hephaestus.
Yeah, it looks like you gotta go to the volcanoes.
Yeah.
That's a sigh because he's heard that story like 10 times.
She definitely like clocks their reactions to this, and it's just like, okay, well.
Yeah, so we didn't know what we could get for the sheep's wool, and maybe it would help us get a volcano or something.
Well, I can certainly. I mean, it's not gonna help you get a volcano.
Well, get in there, get out of there, whatever. With the volcano.
Well,
really, whatever you could do would be great.
Yeah, star wool isn't a common material
Sure.
necessarily.
Turns out all you gotta do is be nice to the right lady. She'll just give you some.
Cece.
Yeah, you know
saw
Cece.
I haven't seen her in age.
Oh, yeah. She had a runaway undead chimera.
Classic Cece.
Yeah, we helped her take care of it. And we were nice, and she was nice.
Well,
and
that
she
makes
gave us
sense
wool.
as to why you have 3 bags full of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
Yes,
can
sir.
definitely craft this into something for you. The quality of the item sometimes varies. So I can't guarantee its potency.
All right. What kind of things can you make with it?
We can make we can kind of make it into whatever shape you really want it to be. So if you want to wear it as a tunic, we can. If you want to wear it as a cloak, it's going to be a thin cloak, but we can, sure it up and make some bracers. But the actual divine quality that it will take on is up to the process. I can't guarantee you a specific outcome.
Oh, all right. So what? Correct me if I'm wrong. So is it like you just make it in a summit and it does summit?
Well, there's a whole process. We have to pray to gods, and there's viewing magic stuff, and like.
Do we get to pick which gods?
I mean, I for something like this, I would lean definitely to Hephaestus since
Solid
he is
call.
the crafter
Gotcha.
How about
of magic items.
Yeah.
socks?
I
Look like great things for socks.
Well, first off, how warm was it going to be when it's done?
I do.
it's wool, so
What?
as warm as wool.
Okay, I didn't know if
That's
it
true.
retained the wool qualities since it's made of stars.
Yeah.
You mentioned if we made a cloak, it would be a thin one. Is that based on if you made a cloak based on the 3 bundles of wood each of us had, wool each of us had, alone?
Yeah, like if I were to make an item for each of you out of your bag.
But if we decided to just we could make one really sturdy cloth item if we combined all of our wool, or we could just make 3 kind of items. Is that like how that kind of sounds?
No, not necessarily. I mean, if you used all 3 to make a
belt.
if you used all 3 to make a cloak, it would be a thicker
Ooh, cowl's good.
cloak, but wouldn't guarantee that its magical properties.
Can you
were
remind me
bolstered.
what it looks like? Like
The star wool?
The wool, like
Yeah,
the appearance of it.
The star wool, when it's kind of bundled together, or when it's woven, or when it was on the sheet, not like a single strand, but it almost looks like as you turn it, almost looks like the colors are kind of swirling, so it almost looks like a galaxy
Wow, that's cool.
kind of look. And there's every now and then you'll see it catch glints, and they're silver sparkles, almost like stardust kind of within it as well.
Yeah, so socks are pointless because you want people to see how cool this thing is.
And the main colorature of it are blues, purples, pinks every now and then, those kind of colors swirling around.
I hope cool.
Yeah. Since I haven't told them that I am wanted, and the only thing that I pretty much have on my body right now that points out that I'm a Spartan is a shield. Can I do like a shield cover?
Yeah, I could work a shield cover.
I want a cloth shield cover that would go over it just to kind of hide it.
Yeah, I could definitely forge the wool into that.
Okay.
Something like that.
Yeah, like a nice
Yeah, so just
belt.
think about what kind of an item you want from it.
Yeah.
Just again, that won't dictate or have an effect on its magic. It's working. Yeah, this is more aesthetic, I guess. So we know what we're working with.
Is there anything we need to get you for this process?
Or
do we just do it now?
No, it'll take a little while, and it has to sit in the forge overnight.
Cool.
The tricky part is partway through the process. I mean, you all look like sturdy lads. How do you feel of a bit of a hike?
Oh, I love it outside. I can do a hike.
Sure.
Because we're gonna have to take a bit of a hike to get to where the forge is.
Is the forge in a volcano?
No.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I mean, you said hike.
Desert.
All right, that's different. Yeah, let's do it.
Yeah, no, that changes things. We're going to a desert.
Only a little bit. You're not going out the full middle of the desert, but it's in the sand. It's where you can get the clearest shot of the night sky, and we're working with star magic here and starcraft, so we gotta use the star forge.
These cyclopi you spoke of, are they in the desert?
No, they're in the fields.
Oh.
Cool.
Okay.
All right, let's go.
Yeah. Just Astria.
Yeah.
Does the town kill all the men when they hit a certain age?
No, but there was a female uprising a few decades ago.
Oh, is that where all the old men went?
Yeah, they
So the desert.
So, but we're safe, right? No.
Oh yeah. We have a whole new system in place now.
Okay. What?
Yeah.
What?
And to repopulate, a while back we had this big boat of hero types.
Yeah, I was there. I watched the little boat.
Oh, were you one of those who came ashore?
No, I stayed on the beach.
Oh.
Yeah. Did I miss another orgy?
Yeah.
You always, that's so bad. See, you never get shot at or attacked by any monsters when you watch the boat, right? But you also miss out on all the repopulation orgies.
Yeah. I did not participate in that.
Oh.
Again, I kind of stick to myself. But
fuck.
So the desert.
Sorry. One more question. Sorry. This is the last one. Do you remember a hero? You don't remember any.
She stays outside the town.
Yeah.
I mean, like-
Yeah, but like this was 18 years ago. She stays out of the town now. It could have been different. She's talking about the repopulation orgy. I have a question.
Yeah.
Was there a blonde lad, Xanthos? Does that ring any bells?
I didn't personally catch a lot of their names. There were a couple of blonde ones. I can ask around if you want. I mean, most everybody ended up getting knocked up that day, so if you're looking for...
Oof. This is
Yeah.
actually. Let's go to the desert. I'm gonna mull this one over for a bit.
Okay, so we're gonna ignore the potential nephew.
I mean, I didn't say that to you. You don't know.
I
that
don't
he's
know
my
that actually.
brother.
I said that. I figured that out after.
Yeah.
So we're
No metagaming.
I'm sorry. So we're ignoring
So the
the
desert.
question.
For now. Yeah.
Okay, so the desert.
Yes, it's, yeah.
Right.
Cool.
Well, we had a few things we gotta do here first.
Okay.
So pulling out of roleplay for a hot sec.
Mm-hmm.
So here's how this is gonna work.
Okay.
There is going to be a series of checks
Okay.
that I'm going to have you make.
Cool.
Depending on what you get as your number, you will either earn a success, lose a success, or if you get in a special middle bracket, you get what I'm calling God's intervention,
Ooh. Okay.
which is up to luck to
Okay.
see which way it will swing.
Hell yeah.
If you get a nat 1, you lose 2 successes. And if you get a nat 20, you get 2 successes. Depending on how many successes you end up with at the end will determine the table that you get to roll for the magical effect of your item.
All right.
Okay.
Clearing out some space.
All right.
Just there.
Yeah, so like if depending on the number, you might get a really good thing, you might get like a trinket level thing, it might just be pretty and be worth money.
Cool.
Okay.
So she will lead you guys kind of into like a workshop kind of area where you can see the remnants of a lot of different types of crafting. There seems to be some like magic and like potion bottles and like that kind of stuff. There's blacksmith's tools and tinkering tools and a weaving area and tools that you would know. You've been on a boat, right?
We were just
Sean
on
or-
one.
Well, everybody was on a boat, but like Zaxos has like works boats. So what's the tool that you use to track the stars?
The sextant.
Sextant.
Sextant. You see one of those and like a telescope.
Ooh.
Just like a simple one, not
yeah,
like a
but that's
fancy
so
one.
cool.
And like star charts, and you see like a lot of like space stuff going on.
Mm-hmm.
So she kind of sits you each down and is like, all right, so a big part of crafting this is adding kind of your own touch and intention.
Sounds
So I'm gonna kind of guide you in the crafting process and jump in when it is out of your ability.
Love that.
Great.
So first thing you guys need to do is you need to clean your wool.
Okay.
Because right now it is straight up raw wool.
Sure.
So we need to clean it and we need to brush it out so it's smooth so it can be spun into thread.
Makes sense.
So I need everybody to make a nature check to clean the wool. I will tell you if success not or whatever, track how many successes you end up with. Because I don't want to track with all of you. Okay, so nature check, you said 15?
Yes.
That is 1 success.
Cool.
8.
8, that is 1 loss.
21.
Ooh, 21 is a success. All right. Next, after you have spent, a solid amount of time cleaning this wool, because it's actually kind of laborious work to do, she'll have you gather it and bring you over to her spinning wheel. And she's going to be like, all right, I'm going to do a lot of the mechanical work. What I need you guys to do is feed the wool in at a steady, consistent pace. So I need everyone to make a constitution check to hold it steady.
Ooh. $23.
Success.
19.
Success.
14.
Success. All right. So again, after a good amount of time sitting there and helping, you guys end up with bundles of yarn. Next, she will say the last thing we can kind of do here is weave it into fabric that we will then use and craft and shape into what it is you want. So she's gonna sit you down, kind of talk you through it, and I need everyone to make a sleight of hand check.
Ooh, dirty 20.
Dirty 20 is a success.
15.
That is a success.
30.
That is definitely a success.
Unfortunately, not a natural 20. It's still a 30.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Just a 30.
Just a 30. Good. So then next she will have you guys kind of gather all your stuff. And you'll see her kind of like, as you guys are packing up, you'll see her like packing provisions, and you'll see she grabs some of those like star tools.
I checked the shelves just to look for a specific thing on this particular workshop, just because I have.
Make an investigation.
Okay. Natural 20.
You don't see it.
Okay, cool.
Cool. You'll see as she's
Damn it.
she gathers
One off. I know. Ah.
She gathers her materials together. You also see her grab a kind of like a few water skins of water. Some rations. She grabs a bedroll and be like, "Do you guys have any like blankets or bedrolls? We're gonna be out overnight."
Yeah, we got stuff.
Yeah.
So okay, cool. And you'll see her like kind of also bundle up some firewood to bring.
Cool.
And then she'll be like, you'll see her kind of go into a back room. She'll pull a kind of curtain back. And you start hearing this like metal grating against stone, like the stone of it. And you just hear it in like a steady like, and you see her like heaving this contraption out of the back room. And it's essentially a metal kind of like fire pit almost. But it's also built up, and there's a glass dome kind of on top of it, like fractured, almost kind of like an observatory, but a little more fractal.
Okay.
As opposed to a clear dome. And she'll look at you guys and be like, "Who's strong? You're with me." She gives you the firewood and the waters.
Yeah, gross.
She gives you her bag of tools
Okay.
and all that stuff, and then she gestures you to come over, and each of you take one of the sides, and you can see like she's on par with you, and you both like kind of heave this machine up, and she's like, "All right, let's go."
I got one of the trinkets I got was a saddlebag that doubles a pack animal's carrying capacity.
Ah!
So I'm gonna throw that on Oberon and then put the waters and shit on him. You got it right, bud? Yeah, I thought so. Yeah. Like this. He's got it if you want your hands free.
Sure.
Yeah. Thanks, buddy. You give him ear scritches and then we get going.
All right. So yeah, she'll lead you out and kind of up, like continuing northward, and the terrain definitely starts to get a little rockier, and you start going uphill a bit more. And eventually you'll crest over, and you're kind of on like rocky dune, and below you can kind of see like it suddenly like drops off, and you see basically kind of like the beginnings of like a mini desert in front of you. And this is probably maybe like an hour's hike. 2 hours hike from out.
The topography of this island is fascinating.
Oh, it's wild.
Yeah.
Down on the south edge, over on the east, they have this beautiful heated spring.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Doesn't make any sense.
It's real nice.
That's wow. All right.
I know. Doesn't make any. It's wild.
So
there are a lot of hidden coves all over the place.
Desert, fields, beach, Sahara.
Mm-hmm.
There's a lot of different ecosystems.
Coves.
Oh, this is lovely. I might come back.
We do not have forests. We do not have a lot of greenery.
Check. Well,
So,
Yeah.
but yeah,
Doesn't
it's a cool
matter.
place.
all right.
So she'll lead you out into the desert a little bit, and then she'll like gesture like this is a good place. You sit down, you guys make up camp, and you see her kind of like digging out the sand a bit to kind of make a pit.
Mhm.
And she puts the bottom kind of basin of the machine in that pit.
Mm.
Puts a bunch of the firewood in it. And has the crate, and has the top, has the thing. And kind of sets everything up. So now that you are here, she is going to describe to you basically. So to all divine and all magic comes from divine sources, or primordial sources. So these, while yes, they are naturally magic and beautiful, it takes a little oomph to get that to become drawn out. And it's usually a lot easier if you have God's help on your side.
Checks out.
So I always like to do a petition. I always like, you can do it to yourself, you can do it out loud. But yeah, you make your intention known to. I always do it to Hephaestus as the god of craft and crafters and such. So
Yeah, that makes sense.
yeah. So I'm actually going to have you guys role play your petition or your prayer, or what you do, your ritual, whatever it is. Depending on that, I may or may not give you a little extra oomph for your check. Would anybody like to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Hello, Mr. Hephaestus. My name's Glum. You might know me, Dad. He's the ferryman to the boat of the underworld. I don't think you guys have met, but like, you must be familiar with his work. You see, I want to say, first off, thanks for all the cool stuff that I got, like bows and arrows. That was a neat trick. Really a big fan of them. Yeah, so like, I would love to get your blessing to try and help do the thing that Hephaestus wants me to do. Or not Hephaestus, excuse me, Apollo, trying to send me on a thing, and he's your brother, so like, you know, maybe I could get a little hand. You're great, by the way. Yeah. And if you see Pan, tell him I say thanks again. He gave me an undead cat, and that was real nice of him.
Okay.
Interesting. I like it.
Just trying to like pepper in. Like, I got some connections, but like,
yeah, I should name dropping left and right. Yeah,
I'm throwing some thanks here and there. You want a little thanks on the permanent? You come to Zaxos.
Okay. Make either a charisma or a religion check.
They are the same number.
Well, there you go.
A 5.
Well, that's gonna be a
Dirty 5.
that's gonna be a
Ooh.
failure.
Yeah, checks out.
So you lose one of your successes.
No! That's messed up.
next.
I'm trying to think. So
Okay.
all right, you go ahead, go for it.
Okay. So, Hephaestus, as a warrior, I pride myself in the arms that I bring into battle, and as a Spartan, I rely on my strength and the strength of the craftsmen who has wielded my weapons to guide me to victory. And I ask that you, as a master craftsman, bless me with one of your works, so that I may don your greatness into battle and free my people. And then, as an offering, even though it is not something that I have made or he has made, I grant him my sword of studious applause.
Yeah, I knew it was going to come out.
Alright.
Just been hanging on to that for a while, waiting to figure out a way to get rid of it.
As you put
Nice,
it down, it starts to shine kind of molten a little bit. Like the metal in the sword starts to heat up, and you hear that applause as it kind of disperses into like almost like the little like fire flakes from like a bonfire, the little embers that kind of catch and float in the sky. It kind of disappears into a cloud of those. Roll with advantage on either, I don't know if you have proficiency in religion or not, but charisma or religion.
If it is charisma, I don't have proficiency on it. That is a 20.
Like a nat 20?
That is a 18 or a 19 with my charisma plus 1.
Ooh.
It's a
Nice,
20.
nice.
Very nice. All right, so give yourself a success.
All right.
All right, so I will say, all right, Hephaestus, listen. As an outcast, I also, I find myself in a lot of situations that I didn't want to be in. If I'm being completely honest, I am being pulled in directions by people that I didn't want to be. But here I am, and I'm now find myself on a mission to do things to appease everybody and other people. And like I said, as an outcast, I am looking for anything that I can do that'll help me get by with this. And I don't know. But I know it gets bright inside those forges, and I will give up the sunglasses that I got as a trinket. And I'll be like, plus I think you'll look pretty cool in these.
Okay. A similar kind of effect, but it kind of
Not as good. It's okay.
yeah, it's not as good. It like the sunglasses melt, and instead of like going off into pretty like magical sparks, it I guess plastic.
We don't know what
we don't know. It's some magical material
tinted
from
spectacles.
so it starts. So the glasses and the glass in the frames like cracks and breaks, and the metal starts to like melt, and it becomes like this hard molten lump that like just kind of sinks into the sand.
I'll take it. That's
Oh,
fine.
that's great. That looks like a lot of the magic I've seen.
I'm gonna say roll charisma or religion,
Yeah.
but I will let you add a d4 like the way a guidance would.
Okay. So we're gonna go with religion because that gets me a +1.
Okay.
We're gonna take our D4. Question: does all of my lucky and things come into effect in any of this? Because I do have inspiration and I'm also lucky.
No.
Okay, fair enough. Then that is
Not in this case.
no, sorry, 12.
Did it come up? Yes! God's intervention. Okay,
Oh, okay.
so roll a d6.
Okay. 4.
A 4. Okay. The number you said you got a 12?
I did.
Okay. So that is going to be the modifier that you are going to add on to your roll.
That was a 4.
Yes.
Okay, so the 4 is...
You
being
are
added.
either going to add or subtract it from the number you rolled. You are going to flip a coin
Okay.
to determine
Sure.
what that is. I thought I had my D2 in here. Do you have a D2? Do you have your D2?
I do.
Yes. So 1 will be adding it, 2 will be subtracting it.
Alright, you flip a freaking key, but we'll figure it out.
The book worked better.
1.
Oh, nice.
Okay. So you're adding first, so you ended up with a 16.
I did.
Okay. Where does that put you? Alright, that gives you a success.
Yeah. Still lucky anyway.
Alright. So, again, time is passing, sun is starting to go down, stars are starting to twinkle out. So this next stage is in imbuing it, basically. This has to do with a lot of like astronomy and star magic. So
Okay.
I was born in December, if that helps.
I am going to help with this.
Okay.
You can choose to either help with the magic side or the star side. If you choose, so out of game, if you choose magic, you're going to do an arcana check with advantage with the help of Astra.
Mm-hmm.
And if you choose to do the star stuff, you will make either a survival or a nature. Up to you.
Cool.
If you have navigation tools or proficiency with anything like that, you can that can help you here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. I have water vehicle proficiency,
I have land vehicle proficiency.
and I feel like water vehicle proficiency would include star navigation.
Well, there's navigation.
Yeah, but there's navigation schools.
I don't know that she knows that.
No, but I do.
Yeah, but now you do. Well, you
No,
said
but I
any full
did.
proficiencies might help, so I tried.
I said navigation.
Yeah, I tried.
You're right, you tried.
All
You
right.
tried, and that's great for you.
Could
I
be.
think, I would say the answer is, but it could.
But it could.
Could.
You're right, it could, but it doesn't.
All right, cool. I am definitely gonna go with survival, and because I'm a Ted Ranger, I get advantage on survival checks.
It's a good thing you didn't change it out this morning.
Yup.
Perfect.
That is a 21.
A 21, you say.
I do.
That's a success.
I will go with magic, which is an arcana check. you said?
Arcana check.
Is that with advantage? Did you
Yes.
say? Okay.
Because she is using her magic, basically.
Oh, yeah, that's a 22.
That is a success.
So the magic was the arcana, and the other one was
Either survival or nature.
survival or nature. Wow, none of these are
That's-
none of these matches.
Sorry, Paris.
All right.
Don't worry, the next one's for you.
I'll go magic.
Okay, you get advantage.
Take the advantage. Yeah, come on. You got it.
That's 10.
A 10? Yeah, it's gonna be a 1 lose. You lose 1. I'm sorry, bud. Alright.
Back to where I was.
Cool. Once all this is done, she kind of waits a while until the next one because she'll explain that you kind of have to wait until like full nighttime to use a Starforge. You need the starlight when it's at its brightest.
Sure. Makes sense.
So she'll start working on like just like a regular campfire for you guys if you guys want to cook anything, have dinner at this point. And as she'll start getting the forge ready for it. Once, everything settles in and the stars all come out and you see the beautiful tapestry of constellations in the sky above.
That's nice.
She
Probably not as many as there is now, right? In theory.
No.
Because some of that stuff didn't happen yet.
not
No,
all, yeah.
yeah.
So.
So she pulls out kind of like an anvil base, and she'll take the pieces of cloth and stuff like that, and you'll see she starts kind of working them to kind of get them into a vague shape of what you're looking for. And this last step before it goes into the forge itself is you kind of have to, you gotta blacksmith it. You gotta
Sure,
forge it.
Yeah.
You gotta,
Obviously.
obviously. So she'll be like, I don't know who wants to go first, but she pulls out basically like this heavy like blacksmith's hammer. And it's just like, who's up first?
That sounds like your job,
I
mate.
guess I'll go first.
And you need to make a strength check
Strength.
to forge your item into what you would like. Oh no, Pyrus, play. Did you get a nat 1? Pyrus, no! That's 2 losses. So you gotta lose 2 successes.
That is just straight fail.
That sucks. I'm sorry, my dude.
Sure, it's not an athletics check.
Sure!
Either way, it's either a +4. It's either I'm getting a 5 or I'm getting an 8. So it doesn't make it.
Well, it was a nat 1 on the die, which is the 2
Yeah,
losses.
yeah.
So, because like if you got a 2 and had a -1, like I wouldn't penalize you
Yeah,
for that
that's
because it's not a nat 1. All right, well that sucks. Who's next?
I'm getting the garbage rolls.
Sure. 8.
That's a loss.
And I have a 14. With my I took proficiency in athletics because I thought it would be different for a rogue.
So
Really?
I had 4.
14. Roll a d6.
Oh, damn it. I don't know if that's good or bad. 5.
Flip a coin.
Fucking shit. Same thing? One is...
I'll let you call it. Which one do you want to be?
No, I'm going to stick with the same one. That's a 2. Fuck it.
That's a loss.
Alright.
Alright.
All right. So, after you guys pound your intention into these items, some of you a little better than others, some of you not great, most of you not great. She will take once all of them are done, she will take them and place them into the forge itself, and she'll close it. And you see, like, she kind of like stands and like starts chanting under breath. You can't quite make out what she's saying, and because it's soft, it's a lot of like you could just kind of hear it. And as that happens, the red of the fire underneath starts to and gets hotter and hotter. But again, as the chant progresses further, you kind of see the top, that glass fractal dome, start to glow like white silver. And you'll almost catch it. They're basically like magnifying glass, and it's making the same effect you would think it would with the sun, where like it goes through and it starts to burn. It's doing that, but with the starlight.
Oh, cool.
And you start to feel that like white hot burn. As the red of the ember below and the silver of the star above kind of twist and intermingle within the forge itself.
Oh, that's cool.
And that process kind of continues. She loads it, and then she comes and sits by the fire with you guys and is like, now we wait.
So I just had a thought. So I noticed your herb garden was looking a little anemic.
Yeah, it was, we had a weird cold snap overnight.
Yeah, it's been chillier. Things are happening. That's weird. So I was thinking, if you came up with like a dome, like less intense, obviously more diffuse, but like maybe you can make like a sun catcher to keep your herbs warm.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, because
Just a
usually
thought.
warm isn't an issue. We're an island. And it doesn't, you know?
No, I don't live on an island, so I don't know what that means.
We're in the sun a lot.
Is that different? How is that different from the land? That's also in the sun a lot.
We don't have a lot of shade. So most light, even when it's cold, like it's still kind of warm.
Oh, okay. Thanks. It didn't make sense until you explained it. Cool. Right, like the sun, we get the sun too. Right, yeah. Fire says we're right.
And I'll never say we're wrong.
Yeah, and as you're actually, do you guys need more coffee? Want to take a quick little break?
I'm always down for more.
Yeah, we're gonna take a very quick break at this moment, internet.
Exact same break we always take, but sure.
Well,
We'll
I
call it
mean-
a quick break.
We'll try to make it quick. Bye.
Bye.
What's up, nerds?
Welcome back. We have just finished our break, getting our coffee, talking about D&D things.
All right.
Or other systems, rather.
Yeah.
So, You guys are camped around the fire in the desert for the night. The sky above is luminous with stars and a waning moon.
So Astria.
Yeah.
So, what's your story? You seem you were hanging out here outside of a city. I live my life in a similar manner.
You don't say.
Yeah, it's nice to meet someone who's got a similar kind of lifestyle to myself.
Yeah. After the kind of craziness of the uprisings and manslaughter, it wasn't really my jive. I'm mainly here for Hephaestus stuff.
Yeah, that kind of checks out with your lifestyle and your big muscles.
Yeah. I actually am a descendant, I guess kind of from Hephaestus. We got a demigod of Hephaestus on one side. And then the other side was a demigod of Urania, who is I don't know how much you would know about the Muses.
No, I don't. I've never met one.
She's one of them. She's a muse of astronomy.
Ah, all right. No, actually, I had a friend who was a son of a muse of music. That sounds redundant, but it's not.
You don't say.
Yeah. He came around. I actually met his son like an hour or two ago.
Really?
Yeah, a little afternoon. Yeah, when we was here before.
His name?
Whose name?
Oh, the guy you knew.
Orpheus.
Huh. Interesting. What happened to him?
Oh, I don't know. We finished the boat ride, and he went off to do his own thing. I assume he went home, found a lady, lived happily ever after.
Huh.
Yeah.
Cool.
Oh wait, I'm mixing up me blokes. I didn't meet his son. I met a different bloke's son.
Oh.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
So yeah, not down with the whole manslaughter.
No, but I prefer to be out here kind of away from the village anyway, since I am touched by Urania. The followers are those who are inspired, because, the muses kind of, like, go to people and, like, inspire them.
Yeah.
Like, blah, music or poetry or things happen or whatever. So, yeah, those inspired through Urania, we're kind of tasked with tracking the stars, kind of observing when new ones appear, because that seems to happen every now and then, and kind of what we think our theory right now is, so everyone is made up of different kind of divine energies.
Oh, everyone?
So, well, the spark of life comes from the primordial, divine, cosmos, whatever you want to call it.
Okay.
So, we believe when the fates, cut your thread, rather than, like, your soul goes to the underworld.
Right. Intimately.
Your body returns to the earth.
Yeah. And that's it.
But your essence, your the part of the cosmos and that divine spark of life that kind of was given to you at birth, that part, again, we theorize, we base on myths, that gets recycled back into the ether and into new threads to kind of continue on the tapestry of the world. Those who study, we think, because it seems a lot of the times new constellations appear when big events happen, or when someone significant dies, or a very powerful item alters the course of humanity somehow, or alters the course of the gods somehow. So we think that those who have that kind of impact, when their threads get cut, we don't think that they return to get recycled. We think that matter goes to Asteria, who is the goddess of the stars. And her role is to take those and affix them to Nyx's cloak
We got
to create the night sky.
We found a spider picture about that.
Did you?
Yeah.
Wow.
It was under Athens. Oh fuck!
Cool.
I think I lost it.
Cool.
Did I give it to you?
I don't have it.
Did I give it to you?
I don't think so.
Oh, it's in me pocket. I forgot. And then I pull out the Nyx tapestry. Yeah, we found this in a spider hand. Well, kind of. You know, they don't have hands, but you get what I'm saying.
Yeah, and she kind of like holds it and like looks at it and be like, "Oh yeah, God. I mean, this is old, so there aren't as many constellations on here, I think, as there are now. But you can see like the Pleiades and yeah. All right, yeah, that's Nyx. That's Nyx.
Yeah, found that.
Yeah, cool. So yeah, we think that she affixes their material to be ever unchanging and immortalized in the tapestry of the night.
Dope.
Yeah. So that's kind of like I guess my deal. That's what the cult of Urania does, at least.
What was that first one?
You guys will know that collection like followers of a certain thing, they're called cults.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Like that's like it's not like woo cult. It's just like we are the followers of this specific thing. Now some cults are crazy.
It kind of puts Cult of the Dragon back in a little perspective.
So it'd be like the cult of Athena or the cult.
Yeah, or the cult of Ares, or the cult of
The Cult of the Dragon was the Cult of the Dragon. That was the thing. I feel like
No, it was a Cult of the Dragon, but the fact that they call themselves the Cult of the Dragon in this older form of the word actually makes a little sense.
they weren't that bright. I don't think it was it was a cult.
Well,
yeah, okay, yeah.
And again, there in ancient Greece, like there is no like formalized one religion. It's kind of the pantheon, and then it's up to you to kind of
Who you serve.
do that as like and do rituals or whatever as you see kind of fit for it. It's not like like there's a pope telling you like this is how you have to do it.
Gotcha.
So yeah, I mean some of them like Dionysus is like inner circle, like they're like the crazy cult.
Pretty hard cult.
They're pretty cult. But
All right.
but yeah. So
Well, that's nice to know. We should keep that in mind.
but yeah, that's kind of why I do have as much crafting and magic stuff as I do.
All right.
What about you guys? Want to delve further into your dead mom's book and
What do you mean? No, most of it's scribbles, so can't see it.
So you're on a quest.
Yeah. No, well, I like to call it an adventure.
An adventure.
Yeah, basically.
Cool.
I think that makes us adventurous.
So where you head next? I assume once you get your items, you're moving on.
The volcano. Remember, I showed you a little bit of paper.
Oh, you're going to go on it. Okay, right.
Yeah.
Right. That was a while ago.
We're gonna try to find the blacksmith's smoke-filled lands.
Oh, which I guess it doesn't really. There are 2 active volcanoes currently.
Yeah, I asked someone in town which one was if there was some kind of rumor or I don't know, folklore about one of them being Hephaestus's forge, it would narrow it down from 2 to 1. But like,
well, usually, I mean, they haven't erupted in a while, so that would lead me to believe that if. I do believe that this is Hephaestus's chosen island, and I do believe he has his forges here.
Yeah.
But they haven't erupted in a while, so I don't know if he's like in residence currently.
More like which volcano would be the one that's like, if you had to put a forge in one of the 2 volcanoes, which one would you pick?
Crossbow to your head. Which one do you pick?
I've heard rumors that both will lead you to Hephaestus's forge.
Okay.
So what I would advise is basically it's kind of more which route do you want to take to get there. Once further.
One.
Shorter,
One's
less treacherous.
well, so one is further up into the mountains, a little more north, kind of east, and that is going to be more difficult terrain. Not a lot of people go up in towards the active volcanoes, so that's kind of more wild lands and whatever kind of animals live out there. Whatever that kind of holds more natural obstacles for you.
Right. Like
The other volcano is on the far side of the island, which would have you travel through kind of the middle portion, which is easier terrain. You'll be able to move at a quicker pace, but you have to make your way through the Cyclopes lands. So it kind of depends on what you're willing to do.
Cool.
Now, to be fair, like, not everything you hear about Cyclopia are, like, true. Like, I've met a few. They're fine. They're a little touchy. You don't get on their bad side, but you don't piss them off, and usually they'll let you be.
All right. This is something to think about. I'm leaning kind of towards the mountain myself. Try not to pick a fight if I don't have to.
The mountain volcano would be technically closer for you guys from here.
I'm really good at the outside stuff. As long as you guys listen to what I suggest, I think we'll be all right. All right, lovely.
Yeah, so that's
Cool.
what I would do.
If you're ever in the actually, if we don't die, and you're ever in the Delphi area, come and see the Oracle. Swing by outside of town, come say hi. You can see my little hut outside the woods.
At the end of the adventure, you just get like this mob of people who comes to you.
Oh shit! I forgot I invited you all. This is gonna be awkward, but I only have room in me cave for one of you. And it's Oberon, so you guys are all gonna have to find some place to stay. If you get sick, I can hook you up with a tent.
Cool. So yeah, she. Other than that, you know, you guys kind of talk into the night. She'll talk about some constellations, like, ooh, that one showed up a little while ago. We think it's a liar.
How?
It's kind of hard to tell. It's just kind of connect the dots. We make it into whatever shapes we can.
All right.
Until
No, I see it now.
Until
I see
it
it.
actually kind of fits, you know?
You see the face, and he's like, "Oh, I'm being mistrustful."
Like, Orion barely looks like a hunter, but like, if you look close enough, it's there.
You got a belt.
there.
That's not nothing.
It's got an arrow, bow and arrow. It's fine.
Yeah.
And so on and so forth. This goes throughout the night. You will all get a long rest, and we didn't really do much this day, but I don't know.
I cast a spell.
If you cast a spell or
cast-
did
sure you
use
did.
abilities or anything like that,
That was my inspiration.
I thought that was gonna happen.
and yeah, you guys have a nice little camp out under the stars. You guys wake up the next morning, kind of pack up camp, and she'll go over to the forge and open it up. What kind of an item did each of you make?
I made a Dread Pirate Roberts style, like,
Face mask?
hood thing.
Okay.
So I feel like that with my black beard and my cowl, pretty hard to see at night.
Cool.
That's my goal.
All right.
You just don't want to get killed. by
You're getting your
people
shield
with
cover?
like, this
Yeah.
Yes!
So, you know, I've gotten a shield cover, like, I guess to everyone else, it just looks like I'm replacing, you know, I'm just taking better care of my shield, but in actuality, since it's the only thing that stands out, and it's the one thing I'm not going to get rid of, because it's, like, tied to me, it's now just enwrapped in that really nice.
Nice.
What do you want for like a sash-ish style belt?
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool. All right. How many successes did you end with? 4. 2 and 9. All right. So, Pyrus, you get a really nice looking shield cover
Nice.
that
I
if you
appreciate
ever wanted to sell would be worth 100 gold pieces.
Okay.
Hey, that's not nothing.
It's not.
It's a
And-
rare material. Like even
It
if
looks
it's not,
cool.
even if you don't get the magic properties drawn out of it, it's still a really cool material that most people like. It's rare. Like most people don't see this out in the world.
It's cool.
Yeah,
So
it's pretty cool looking.
Yeah.
It's a galaxy shield.
Galaxy Shield.
Which is arguably more noticeable than the Spartan shield, now that I think about it.
Not a Spartan.
That's true, not Spartan.
Galaxy Shield is nowhere on that wanted poster.
That is very true. You would put that on a
You
wanted
would.
poster because it's a defining factor.
Exactly. And like back in these days, like they don't really have portraits or anything like that.
True.
So it's like you got like dark hair, tall. This is his name. Here's around the age he is.
Yeah, that's fair.
This is what we're looking for.
It describes like 75% of us.
Exactly.
The
So,
entirety of
like,
Sparta.
Yeah.
but yeah. All right. You said you had a 2?
2.
All right. Roll me this D3.
1.
All right. Your face mask,
Yeah.
the magic quality that it was that was brought out is Animal Whisperer.
Ooh.
That's
So
fun.
once per day, you can cast Animal Friendship.
Nice.
The DC. What's Animal Wisdom usually based off? Wisdom?
Animal wisdom.
Animal handling.
Animal.
is
No,
wisdom.
Animal
It's-
Friendship. The DC.
Well, it's.
Oh, it's whatever your
Animal
spellcasting
handling
DC
is
spell
is.
to save DC, yeah.
Okay, so I'm just gonna set DC 13.
Cool.
Cool. Can I have the bag? Oh, thank you.
Right in front of you.
You with your 4.
Yeah.
Roll this D3.
3.
3. You get Nature's Beauty.
Oh.
You can cast Charm Person
Oh.
once
okay.
per day.
All right.
Set DC 13.
Okay.
And that is what your Starsheep items do.
Go.
So there you go. Do you guys want to focus fine? Are you guys feeling like heading back to the town with Asteria, or are you just gonna kind of continue onward from here?
I got nothing to do in town,
Yeah,
so
yeah,
we
we'll
could just
just go.
continue.
Cool. So you guys can continue on. She will have kind of given you like vague directions, like
Mm-hmm.
mountain area. Keep heading uphill.
Okay.
3.
You'll find it. It gets hot.
Sure.
It's a volcano.
All right. Fair enough.
She'll also kind of give you guys a warning, like if it is Hephaestus's forge, as we believe,
Mm-hmm.
there's probably going to be some sort of kind of safety precautions from people wandering in there.
Mm-hmm.
So keep an eye out for like
Traps.
traps and like Hephaestus-y shit.
They're like big, fiery hammers.
Yeah,
crutches
or
on them?
like mechanical sentinels. and,
Right,
like-
actually, that makes
that
a lot
makes
more
more
sense.
sense.
Yeah, like kind of like watchdogs, because I haven't seen one, but I have heard from someone who says they have, that he is able to kind of imbue life into bronze. So just keep heads up, keep eyes out, keep ears open.
All right, don't worry, Oberon. There's no such thing as watchdogs. Let's get out of here. Right, I got you. It's okay, mate.
He starts like climbing on you, even though he's big
He's
now.
out. No.
It's like those
Oh, God.
videos of lions trying to
Okay.
hug people.
Okay, thank you. Thank you.
All right, and you continue. You start your journey up the mountain. It's rough. You're out in the sunlight, and even though there is that slight chill in the air, like the sun is still beating down on you. Your skin is still out there. It's draining. It's dehydrating. You're climbing over rocks. Your feet are getting kind of beat up. You're getting dusty. when everybody make perception checks.
Oof.
23.
23?
10.
10.
I got a 13, but Oberon.
The suspense is killing me.
Got a 24.
So what'd you get again?
I got a 10.
10. Okay, so Oberon and Lycus, as you guys are kind of traveling, you see Oberon kind of like stop and like and look up, and you catch in the sky above, you see like a cloud, kind of small, that almost seems to be getting like buffeted by 3 strange birds in the air. And all of a sudden the cloud shoots out and starts like kind of plummeting towards close by where you guys are.
Oh, fuck.
And you see this cloud kind of, and as that mist kind of dissipates, you see a young female humanoid-ish kind of shape, but whose hair is kind of like wispy and airy and like almost like those clouds that aren't like the floofy clouds, but like the ones that make like the pretty like lines in the sky that are like
Cirrus, thank you.
Yeah. Her hair is kind of like mimicking in that. And she is pale and stuff like that, and she's there and she's breathing, and then the 3 birds from by come shrieking down, and you hear this high pitched like almost like Nazgul kind of like shriek.
Okay.
Yeah.
As they come in, and as they approach, you notice that these are not just birds, but they are humanoid female figures covered in feathers with gaping maws of sharp teeth, but like a weird beak nose also. It's very disturbing. It doesn't look good. And they go down and they kind of all descend to crowd around her.
Okay.
And I need everyone to roll
I was
for
about to say,
initiative.
like, I shoot them in the face.
13.
13.
Are we gonna pull a D20 and cut it after initiative?
Yeah.
Cool.
What are you doing? What did you get? No, well, I'm gonna
12.
put it here so I don't
Yeah.
forget.
Yeah.
13, 12. What'd you get?
15.
15. Cool. And next week, we will see how these heroes deal with 3 gross harpies. Thank you all so much for joining us tonight. I know it was a little bit of a short one. Check back next week for our next installment of Freaks and Greeks. If you don't, be sure to follow the Nerd Immersion Plays Instagram to keep up to date on when we are playing, or if we have to cancel, or sometimes we move to Wednesdays. Follow that.
You did.
Yeah. Other than that, have a wonderful evening, Internet.
Nerds.